Hey guys, welcome to Draftcraft episode 2. As you can maybe tell, food's a bit of a problem of me in the server, and you know how I talked about how I had a past home? Well, today we're going to go and visit my past home, but I actually have got a list of topics I want to go through, and it's basically, I was thinking, what could be a good episode? What could introduce people to Draftcraft if they didn't know about it? And also people who were in Draftcraft, and what could interest them? And I decided maybe I could talk about what Draftcraft could have been and what could have happened to Draftcraft to make it different. So mainly it's going to be about the people and who were added to Draftcraft, not the people who are not events that have happened in the server, though there are a few of those which I'll be going over first. So I'll be talking about what happened if people were in the server, and I'll talk about who nearly got in the server, and how I think that would have changed your relationship with the person and the server as a whole. So here is my first little thing. I've got to find out how to... Lewis had a portal. How do I get to... Underneath the nether hub is my home, I know that much. So if we can get to the nether hub, then we can get back to my house that way. So, firstly, what events have really changed Draftcraft? Now let's look for the main part. Loot spot. Now he's got a portal, and I could probably get to mine through there. I know there's a way to it from Lewis's. I don't know how though. I've just got to find out, because my place was kind of blocked off. Because I was in my portal, I never really linked it up to a great extent. Shit, gassed. Right. So firstly, oh here it is. What could have happened? So Sid took control of Draftcraft, but what happened if Sid didn't take control of it is the thing, and Wing had kept the leader of Draftcraft? Well, honestly, I'd say that it'd be less democratic. I think Sid definitely brings in a new, brings in more of people's opinions in the server into things. And I'd also think that there'd probably be less people on the server added, because Wing was very much against adding new people in the server, because you know the slots of the server, yeah. And there also wouldn't be as much system. I'm talking about stuff like Sid brought in a new referral post. He's always tried to make more system than before. So overall, I think Sid brought with him when he became leader a more democratic view. And while Wing did do stuff on the server, and he certainly was a big part in the creation and the forming of the server, I think it was right for Sid to take control of it, because he knew a lot about I don't know, but Sid seems to know that. He seems like the guy who's handled the community before. So what else have we got? I'd say we also have, I'm going to look at more events that have happened. So another event that happened was the reset of the Draftcraft Season 1 map. Draftcraft Season 1 was a massive snow biome, which wasn't that fun to build in, but this is my old house. I can give a cool, Lewis pranked it a bit before, so it looks a bit weird, but it looks okay. It's not a bad house, I like it. Yeah. Basically, we're going to be taking the stuff from here. Okay. So that's my stuff. I think we'll be doing a lot of back and forth today, because we need to get this all home. To my new home. We're not taking that. We can take that. Right, this is miscellaneous. Nah. Some of the stuff I'm not going to take, because I don't really need. Potatoes, yes. Emeralds. Yeah, we need to take this. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, so I told you I had a bunch of diamonds. So yeah, Draftcraft Season 1 was mainly made up of snow. It wasn't that great a server. The spot we'd settled in wasn't that good either. It was generally it wasn't the best map. So due to this, there was a bit of inactivity during the end of the server. So we decided to restart the server because It was a basically snow biome. I was against the reset, I think, but I was kind of fine with it after it happened. What next? There's also... Now, what I think is what it means to me is what it means to my build in Season 1. My Season 1 was actually... I was planning and making... You know Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? That old TV show. I was trying to make the big Foster's house from that. And I'd already gathered, like, wool and stuff. And I was actually just getting ready to start making it. And I thought it would have been a really cool build. But unfortunately, it never happened. However, will it happen on this server is what I'm thinking at the moment. Do I actually want to end up doing this? I'm actually really considering it. Like, it was a really fun thing to build. And though I didn't finish it, it would have looked really cool. So that might happen at some point. Because I've kind of got a lack of goals with this. And I might rebuild that actually. So we'll see. Might maybe just do it in creative mode. We'll see what happens. But I would have had a finished build if this map didn't reset. I think I might have stuck to it. What else is there is that I've got another thing. Would the server have been more active? Because the whole reason we reset was to make more members one of the reasons, make more members active, because some people just didn't want to play in the snow biome. But in the end, I think it might have actually turned out being less active because of the change. Season 2, we may have had a lot of new players, but Season 1 had when we started, we have a little community thing, and not really many people built out. Like, a lot of people were there, it was pretty good. And there was a lot more sense of community back then. Okay, I think we've got a ton of wheat. Is that going to be enough? That's about a stack of bread. We can do some more. I'm gonna just half that. I can't do that. That can only go well. If anyone wants to take over this plot, these are the coordinates. If anyone wants to come and do some farming here, I think I'm kind of done with the area. But if you want a bunch of dirt and tilled grass just to do some farming on, get some food, you're more than welcome to use it. So, Season 2 was the season where I kind of didn't do much on. I kind of left halfway through the season for like, for about a quarter or something of the season. And I didn't do much when I was on the server because I wasn't really inspired. And I'd also, throughout the time, I started doing more Orbis stuff. Because there was a period of time where I did a lot on Orbis instead of the Draftcraft server. And I would have considered myself more of an Orbither than a Draftcrafter. You know what, I think what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take some of this, take these seeds, right? And we're gonna put them, let's just make a ton of bread. So we can use up 2 stacks. We'll take some of these seeds and then we'll put them in our basement. That'll be good. Right, there we go. There we go. So, Draftcraft Season 2, I don't know what would have happened if the map reset didn't happen to Season 3. Would anyone play? Because the server was really inactive during Season 2. Like, and now a lot of people play. But is that just due to the new members joining, or is there another reason? I think it might just be due to the new members joining, but you never know. What could have happened? But it was in Season 2, I tried to build a little jungle camp, and it was more like I was trying to do a roleplay series, but that was one of the series which I was really interested in recording. So I made up a little recording home, and I was going to do some roleplay with it, but apparently I didn't in time, because, you know, it's more than a plan than an actual, it was more an idea than an actual plan. I've got messaged in Skype, so I'm probably going to read that. Oh, yep. Nothing much. So what else is there? There's also the fact of my jungle camp. It might have become bigger, but really it didn't grow tall. When I came back in the server, I kind of stopped working in the jungle clan, working on a massive farm thing, and I've kind of put myself off full screen. Gosh darn it. But yeah, I started working on something different when I came back, so I don't think that would have expanded at all. I did actually record some episodes when I came back on the server. But those episodes were I had some really funny moments, but due to I couldn't really upload them because they're a bit. It wasn't that nice, the videos, and like you might not know what I'm talking about, but it was kinda embarrassing for one of the person, I guess. But yeah. So what else is there? On the final list, I've kinda got like not left for a period of time, but I think I'll leave that on this list and I'll go straight to the who could have joined stuff. Now this is probably the interesting part, because it lets you know who nearly joined the Draftcraft server, but didn't. All of this is basically, you might not know some of them, but you probably know, because they're all members of the UAC community, you'll probably know most of them. So who would be first? Now I would say probably the person who was the nearest to joining would actually be NT-Bama, which is quite surprising. Like, you'd probably think Kel was someone who'd done anything with Draftcraft before. Nope, it was NT. NT was probably the closest to becoming a Draftcrafter anyone's ever been. Yet there's been a change since the time. There was a time where everyone wanted him on, but this was basically everyone wanted him on, and there was one thing that stopped him getting on, and that was Wing. Wing didn't want someone on the server. Like, there's 12 people on the server at that point, and Wing didn't want another person on the server because the server only had 12 slots. So he basically said no to NT because he didn't want anyone else in the server. Now the thing about that is that a good thing that NT didn't join? I mean, he might have been inactive like Brawler, which I think he probably would have been, because Brawler hardly plays, and you know, I'm not sure if he would have been active enough for the server, but he certainly would have caused stuff. I mean, if he did join, there would have been it would probably build a relationship between him and other Draftcrafters. Like, there probably would have been, I think he would have been another Holly to the server. He would have changed a lot of things for sure. Like, I don't even know if the UBL sentence he got would have been changed, because he probably would have been better friends with Lewis. And he might have not told. I'm not sure though. I can't immediately just go out and say that Lewis would have cheated the server. Here we go. Let's look at this. Alright, so up here is the Nether hub. So what else is there? There's, the next person is Sunken Star, who he's probably, of the list that I'm going to say, he's the most likely that will join in the future, just because he's referred decently often, he's talked about decently often by some of the members. I think he's probably most likely, out of anyone that I can think of at the moment, he's probably the most likely person to get on. However, not really that many people on the server actually know him. It's just some people are really good friends with him. And I would say he seems like an interesting guy, honestly. And I don't know, he was during the time where we had a stage where we invited 4 people due to, holy shit. Oh my gosh, right, we need to, let's get back. Let's get us in. Sid thought, and I thought Sid would be around this place, but apparently not. So Kelt's not really known in the server. No, that's the next one. Sunkid's not really known, but for some reason I just think he'll be the next to join due to, I know Sid, Exit, and Panic Pixel know him. I know the 3 that I know him. I don't think really anyone else does. I'm not sure about that. Next person is Kelt, who is, again, is not really known by that many people in the community. He's known by Mocking Dude, and I think that's actually about it. He was a guest for Draftcraft Season 5, and his appearance in that kind of screwed him over. I don't know. His appearance kind of screwed him over because people were kind of angry at him for leaving. I can confess, I think it was pretty shitty that he came, and then like there was people who wanted to be special guests, and then he kind of fucked them over by not being able to stay for the whole thing. Yeah, okay. He kind of fucked them over when he wasn't able to stay, so yeah, he's not the most I wouldn't say he's going to be on Draftcraft anytime soon just because of that. I mean, there is, while I do say that, I'm not saying he's not going to get on, because he might in time. Who knows what will happen. So, who else is there? We've got, I'm trying to think more. We've got Skiblade. He's probably the most controversial. I mean, by controversial, I mean closest to being in the server. He was very nearly on, but like he didn't get on near to the end of his referral. I think it was like 5 votes or something he needed, which is a good amount, but it's probably the closest guy we've had to not getting on. There's never really been that controversial referral. It's usually been yes this guy or no this guy. Not really been a referral where it's been hard to say either way which the reaction is. Because like when Pimp and Anna were referred, or Poison and Shred, they've all got like yes, 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 like all yes is pretty funny. So what's this? This is Stone, I guess. And then we'll make one called Tools. What now? I guess I could kind of show you guys around the server. I'll show you guys. We just went to the Nether, but we can show you guys Pimp Space, and we can show you guys who else is it? Kided, Pandas, and Smelly Burritos, which are all rather nice. So now I'm gonna look at. I've looked at what if they did join. I think Sunken Star could be a good fit. I'm not really sure how it turned out. I've not really talked to him, but he might be cool, or he might be a bit too. He might be a bit annoying. I'm not sure. Kel would kinda. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be active at all. I really don't think Kel would be active. Skiblade, I don't know how the server would turn out. They'd be sure. I think there would be a lot of controversy. I think there would be a lot of I think there'd be like Edvin, you know, Ski had that thing with Edvin, and I don't think it's best to have that kind of stuff in the server. I personally didn't vote because of that. So who else is there? There is. What if they didn't join? Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'm not going to talk about every member of the server who didn't join. I'm going to be talking about servers who were near to not joining. I mean, or like servers that were odd choices for joining. Which I think I'm going to go with Timon first, who, as you can see, is one of the most active people on the server, which is pretty funny. I wouldn't really think that. This is Pimp's place. It was kind of greased by Smelly Burrito, but we can try and give an eye out on it. Yeah, it was kind of greased by Smelly Burrito, but that's what it is. It looks quite nice when it's not greased, trust me guys. And over here is Kided and Poison Panda's place. Very good. So, what if Timon didn't join? I think he'd have a massive impact in Season 3 of the server. He does so much here, so I think he really changes how things work there. I think that's Pimp in there. Hi Pimp. Okay. So I think that, and also Timon's done a lot for the server in terms of build, and he's a really funny guy. So having the server just wouldn't seem the same, I don't think, without Timon. He's also done so many builds. He's done the market, he's done his house, he's done this nether hub. And also now next I'm going to say Lewis, because I haven't actually talked to Lewis that much before Draftcraft. And the thing is, me and Lewis have got a pretty good relationship as much as friendship. We've got a pretty strong one. We talk a lot, we do a lot of things together. We can we could talk to stuff about what's going on in the Ultra Hard community and stuff. I also feel that we're gonna go to Smelly Burrito's house. We've got. He's also helped bring people on, like nearly all of the ops from Lewis's server are now on the server. Holy shit, how do I get down here? Pretty sure this isn't anything. This isn't where Smelly Burrito was ported with, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, battery running low. Okay. I think if the battery, I think I'm gonna have to pause recording for a second. Be right back. Okay, now Lewis has brought a lot of things to the server. He hosts season 3 map, he does a lot of things, he's a rather funny guy. He's been in all of the Draftcraft UECs but one, and he's been pretty funny in all of them despite not recording. And he brings a sense of humour to the server, I think. And I became much better friends with Lewis as a result. I didn't even know him that well until then. Don't even think I was open the server till then. I might have been off though. But I remember there was a game I played with Kaded, which doesn't feel like that long ago, where I wasn't off. But I was off for a long time. But yeah, we became good friends, I think, from Draftcraft. But there's also what Smelly Burrito wasn't enjoying, because Smelly Burrito was another one of those. Him and Seth are the two guys out of the four who nearly didn't join. It was like one vote that got them on, which it's fair to say that the Sonic Joy and Kaded had probably the most. I mean, not that many people knew Smelly in the server at that point, so he got quite a lot of votes. I didn't expect him to have that many, but yeah, I didn't really. It's gonna sound quite cruel, but I thought Smelly was an annoying prick when I was in the first game of him. I thought I was really annoyed by him. I was like, fuck. But I actually came, and he's one of the funniest people I know now, which is kind of weird. This is the Spire, by the way. This is Kanako and Spazzy's build, but Spazzy doesn't go on the server anymore for a length of time. He sometimes logs on, just says hi, but I don't think he's really inspired. Kanako actually built a home. Let me get up to it. If I could get up to it. I think we'll go to Lowe's home after this, but Kanako's got a home up at the top of the mountain. This might be the way up here. But yeah, so Smelly Burrito, I didn't really like him, but he actually came to be one of the most funniest people I know. Like, he's hilarious. He really is. Like, I thought he was like 12 or something when I first heard him, but yeah, he's pretty funny. I guess my relationship with Smelly's kind of changed. Like, I'll happily be able to team with him, and we've teamed a few times due to this Kanako little thing. We've teamed a few times since he's joined Draftcraft, but we don't have a fantastic relationship, but it's a pretty good one. It's not, we don't talk that often, but we talk quite a lot. We talk like once a week for a while. We've also got, now this is a rather, I guess it's a rather thing. I'm gonna try and talk about what would have happened if I didn't get added to the server. So, how have I changed Draftcraft, I guess? I've been pretty active. I do quite a lot on the server. I try and bring a sense, and I think the way I've affected the server most is by adding new people. In fact, I'm the one who invited Time On. I'm the one who got Time On the server. Basically, I would put Time On down to being just me. Who knows what would have happened in the future, but I don't think if it wasn't for me, Time On would have been in the server personally. I don't think Lewis might have been on, but I wouldn't see it. And due to Lewis being on, I've kind of invited I've invited Kid Dipshit, Kid Dipster. I've invited Smelly Burrito, though that was also Lewis at the same time. But I kind of invited Lewis, so I kind of invited Smelly, you know. Indirectly, some of them are me too. Shred, Anna, and Pimp, but Pimp was known for a long time. But those are just the guys that I've directly kind of pushed for. But I would say most of the pushing for Pimp went to Shred, but I got Shred on, so it kind of counts, yeah. Yeah. And I also could have I joined the server during early stages, and I think that really helped me change it, because of course I joined during a time where things have to be set up and things have to be started, so I would have changed it from that. And I think I'm going to talk about the Draftcraft UHCs, and I think I'm coming to the end of my little list here. I think Season 1, this is Mocking Dude's house, I'm pretty sure. I'll show you this. Season 1 in the server, I shouldn't have played UHC. My laptop I wasn't set up for recording, and it was a mess, and I was trying to fix around with it and got killed while doing so. Really shouldn't have played that one. Season 2, I should have water towered more efficiently, though I'm actually really happy with how Season 2 turned out as a whole, because it ended up being a really fun season as far as it went, and the derping really added to it. Not sure if Mocking will be back for a while, so I'm happy just gonna take some of these carrots and then I'll replant them so he still has them, just because I'm not sure if Mocking goes in the server all that much, and his carrots would have probably replanted by then. I also think that for Season 4, I think either our team could have went to the Nether, which I don't know how that would have turned out, but I would have at least got some fair PvP, or we could have anviled our stuff up a bit. I did find our stuff was kind of lacking. And I also could have, and just so you know, Draftcraft USA Season 4, the rest of it will be uploaded when I get a memory card, along with some other fun theories, which I will talk about later. So what's next for Draftcraft? Instead of looking at the past, let's look at the future. You know, there's no point in looking what could have happened. Let's look at what can happen, and what's gonna happen. So what do I think is going to happen? I think there's going to be more videos. I know Sid Garcia and the Sonic Joy and Lewis are the ones who are currently producing the most episodes for the server. Sid Garcia said he's going to make the Draftcraft weekly and monthly recap, so you might want to watch that. Saw Lewis's clean slate video, so that basically, I think that's going to do something. What else have we got? I think we've also got more community events happening. I think the Pokemon Showdown is just a long list of things which I kind of want to do stuff like that, like tours and stuff, kind of help organize those, kind of bring people together as a community. I also think, and I think to end this off, it'd probably be best about what's happening with me. And what's next for me with Draftcraft, and I'm hoping to do some more co-ops in the server with other people, like caving, building, etc. I want to do more videos in the server, in fact. I want to, you know, I've already done 2 videos in a kind of short town, and I want to make the most amazing town house. And also, I've got a little thing coming up, which some of you may remember was toasted on Sid's server ages ago, but it'll be posted in mine this time, and it will be both. It will be posted on both servers. It will also be, I don't know how, I don't want to completely spoil it, but it will be done in a new map, and it won't be, it'll be kind of new, to an extent. We won't be using the same stuff, and we'll be kind of trying to strike, because last season really failed. This is Sid's thing. I would go show you loads, but that's kind of all the episode I've got planned, so we could go and show you loads next time. So, the final thing that I'm gonna do is, on the server, is that I'm gonna, well, it's not really, but there is something that you guys should be really looking forward to, because it is a hilarious video that I'm gonna put on my channel. And I usually don't like being hilarious, but me and Sid played an adventure map, and it was probably one of the best times I've had in the UAC community. It's pretty hilarious. So that will be going up when I get the memory card. So 2 things will be going up. I will be, why did I fucking eat a cake? Shit. I didn't even think. I was just like, oh, cake's lovely. So what will be going up? This adventure map, the hilarious, will be putting that up, and Kadid and Sid, we may be playing Kadid, maybe Sid. I've done some Starbound with Kadid in the past, so I bet on him being there. Not sure if Sid will be there, he might not have the time, Sid's a busy guy. But hopefully I'll be doing Starbound with the 2 of them. But You will be seeing some Starbound action, I think. Pretty sure you will. Where me and Sid Kata take on Nazi space gorillas. Shit. Shit, this is gonna be my death. I can't. Holy shit. I keep pressing I. Holy shit. Run, Scottish, run! Okay, so that will be going up. It's a fun adventure map with a western theme, and I'm gonna be doing that, and either I'm gonna do a highlights episode and I'm gonna do a full episode. So you'll have the highlights and you'll have the full thing, because some really hilarious stuff happened during it. And I think those deserve to have their own little thing. So yeah, I think we can actually, since we're close to bed and it's night, we could actually finish the episode with a little sleepy. And that'll be pretty nice. So I'll see you next time, where I will do more. And you know what? Whatever happened to Draftcraft and what could have happened might have made it a better server, but to be honest, that's a pretty damn good server at the moment. And you know, we could have reset the map and we couldn't have. And we could have had people on, and we didn't have people on. And people could have not been on, that could have been horrible, but you know, instead of looking at the past, we can look at the present, and we can look at the future, and that, we're not in view of the cloud house, shit, we better get close to there so I can actually talk about it. And that will eventually be a pretty cool building. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.